everybody, and welcome to Everything About Cricket, the podcast, episode 2. I am Freddie.
And I'm Oliver. And today we're going to be talking about the 3 Boxing Day test matches where Ajinkya Rahane scored some runs, Kane Williamson did 100, and Faf du Plessis choked his double 100. Pretty much all that happened, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
But first, we just want to say thank you to everyone for watching the first episode. Had more than 10 viewers.
Yes, that was something.
Already better than we were expecting.
Yes.
And we've had some feedback, and hopefully this week's episode will be better.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of new things we're going to try, which is, firstly, it's name the cricketer quiz. Well, I'm going to be giving Freddie some clues. He has to try and guess which cricketer I'm describing.
Oh gosh, I'm all for this.
And then we've got, are you better than a Big Bash umpire? Where I'll be reading out a umpiring scenario. We'll have to say whether we think it's out or not out.
Do join in at home and
in the comments.
Yes, do and leave a comment.
And don't lie, because we'll know.
Yeah. As Shuki mentioned, Faf du Plessis choked his first double 100. You could see the pain in the South Africa changing room from everyone, their heads in their hands.
You could hear stump mic too.
Pardon?
You could hear his pain on stump mic.
Yeah, you could hear it. He said some words about that, but I think he kept it under.
It's a family-friendly show.
Yes, but I think he kept it well under control. I think many people would have said a lot worse, but Dean Elgar especially knows the pain. Being in that situation before 199 out. I was just thinking just before he got out watching it, but how funny it would be if he choked it. But I felt really sorry for him because I was urging him up from 170 all the way, watching the entire innings of that until he basically, it was a rather full delivery, maybe a bit overly full too, but he just tries to clear up and over the infield, and he just absolutely cloths it, and it goes to about not even the chest of mid-on, and simple catch. So I think he probably could have even got over it and just maybe flicked it into the leg side. But
that's what you'd have done, isn't it?
Oh, I would have never choked that, Shuki. Never choked.
You'd have already been on 250.
Oh yeah, obviously. But let's go on to day one. Certainly. Sri Lanka, very good performance from them with the bat. They did get themselves into a tricky situation at 50 for 3. Mm-hmm. The captain going for 22 and Pereira going for 16, along with Mendes for 12. But Chandimal and De Silva, they put up a really good fight of what Sri Lanka really needed. Chandimal 85, De Silva 79. Now there's a problem for Sri Lanka. They don't seem in the best of shapes fitness wise, and there's been a couple injuries, especially the man De Silva. He had to retire on 79, and he got a quick single down to the other end, and whilst he was running, he pulled or did something to one of the muscles in his legs, and he had to be driven off. That tells you something about how serious it is.
There was someone else who was struggling. Was it Chandimal in the second innings? One of them nearly got run out.
It was one person diving to stop a run out, and then also in the field, a few players diving to stop the boundary. Also did a couple. I think Hasaranga struggled a bit when he getting up from a dive, but I think Chandimal had a scampering single, and the way he dived just didn't help him. So injury is a big concern that is plaguing the Sri Lankan side going into the second test match. Yeah. And I
got something here. It's a quote from their coach, Mickey Arthur. He said, luckily we brought 21 players, otherwise it would be batting coach Grant Flower at number 3 and me at number 4 in the next test.
I don't think we'd mind seeing that, but
Yeah, don't know if that would be advantage or disadvantage for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do because they've got the England test straight away after this. And obviously, England, they'll have Angelo Matthews, who isn't playing this test match, which will very much strengthen their batting lineup. But but there was Dick Weller, who got 49.
He got stung by a bee, didn't he?
Pardon?
In the second innings. I think he got stung by a bee while wicket keeping or something and had to have medical attention for that.
Well, that's not very handy, but put a good innings anyway in the first. Disappointing not to get to 50, but Shanaka got 66 not out, very good innings. After that, Hasaranga got a good little 18, but apart from that, Rajiva, Sri Lanka Cricket Board tuned into the episode.
Definitely.
Saw my great advice to them and put him in the side, but bumped him up the order to number 9, not an 11 where I put him.
There's no Lakmal in the team. Is he injured or something? Because I thought they'd pick him, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I thought they would, but I'm not entirely sure what's happened to him. He might be just being rested.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure on that. But the South Africa bowling, there was a real trend with this this series. It was a very high scoring pitch, and the run rate was also very high. So in the second innings, Norkia, that's how you pronounce it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's spelled J-E, very weird, but that's the South African names for you. He went for 18 in the first 2 overs of his first innings. Sid Pamela went for...
Sid Pamela was not good at the beginning.
He was not very good. He went for 35 off 7, 28 off 3 in the first few overs of the first innings, and he was very expensive. But...
It was his debut, to be fair.
It was his debut, but it was also the same for everyone else. It was very high-scoring wicket early on, and it took the bowlers a long time to get into it. But there were some very good performances. Mola, he bowled 20 overs, 4 maidens. He had 3 wickets for an economy rate of 3.45, which is very good on that pitch, knowing how easy it is to score. So, and also Sapamla, he was very good coming in the second spell.
Yeah.
As he came in and basically ate up the lower order. And that's what his job was basically in that innings, just take out the lower order of Sri Lanka.
Should we go to the South African innings now?
Yeah, South Africa innings. You can't really fault it.
Pretty good, yeah.
Dean Elgar, 95. Shame. It was a good catch, caught and bowled by Shanaka.
Yeah.
Markram, 68. They had a very good opening partnership that really set them up for really good innings.
Yeah, 141 opening partnership.
It was very good.
Over.
Very entertaining to watch as well. Van der Dussen, he only got 15. He'll be disappointed with himself, but there was only 1 inning, so he's got the next test anyway. But Faf du Plessis.
Quality.
It was a quality innings, I have to say. Everyone's going to say he's going to be very disappointed with the turnout of not just falling 1 short of that double 100, which so many great players have on their record.
I'm surprised he's never got one before.
Yeah, he'd never got a 150 before this. And the thing is that he's 36, so I'm not sure if he'll be given any real opportunity after this. So he might have blown his only shots.
But he can't be playing for much longer if he's not captain anymore.
Yeah, so you never know. Maybe next series, maybe next test against Sri Lanka, he might score 250. I'd love to see that. But Quinton de Kock, the captain, went for 18. He was looking in good nick. He was going at 160 odd strike rate, so very speedily trying to get things on to just get the declaring total. And Bavuma, now he had great innings of 71, but he didn't hit it.
Yeah, I saw that.
He walked straight away, but he didn't hit it.
He walked when it wasn't out.
He just walked. I mean, probably. I mean, it's just hard. It's just hard to put yourself in that position because. I mean, there was a noise. I'm not sure what the noise. Well,
Yeah.
I thought there was noise at first, but it wasn't. It wasn't the bat.
Nothing came up on Snicko at all.
No. And there's been other instances of this, like Tim Payne. We're going to have to go on to that later.
Yeah.
The Australian match, but
Controversy.
that was definitely not out. I'm saying that was not out before we get on to that.
He should have been out in the first innings. So.
Yeah, but this was the second innings, so it doesn't really matter then. And although there wasn't enough, I don't think there was enough evidence to say he was out of his crease. But we'll get onto that later. We'll get onto that later. Don't go into that. We're on the Sri Lanka, South Africa. But Mulder had a good cameo of 36.
Yeah.
Maharaj 73. Hit the shots he pulled out. God.
Yeah. 2 sixes. Not bad.
I know. 2 sixes.
He did similar against England earlier this year, but it didn't end up mattering. We still won.
Yeah. Nortje got a duck. Sapamla got a duck on debut.
First ball ever in Test cricket.
He gets a duck.
Without Plum LBW.
Got a feel for him. And Ngidi got 2 not out, helping for the average. And that was the score which helped Sri Lanka get 621. Yeah. And then the final innings for Sri Lanka. Now, the captain, I'm just going to...
He got a bit of a stinker.
That was really unfortunate for him. I really felt sorry for him because it happened to me this season. You said it happened to you, Shuki, didn't it? Where it just hits the wicket. And it's normally a very batter-friendly pitch. You can normally trust the wicket. But there was a few green patches. And when it bounced, it just stayed so low. And it was just very unfortunate. Went under his bat. Just got to feel sorry for him in that situation.
Yeah. I think he could have really done, to be honest.
Yeah, he could have really...
Because it cut back in as well.
Yeah. So good ball, but it just helped by the wicket, definitely. Ngidi there. Pereira, he didn't get anything in the first innings, but got a good 60 odd in the second.
I think if I remember correctly, it was a really weird innings. He'd just block it for a while and then randomly just play a massive slog over cover or something.
Yeah, I mean, he probably was a bit lucky, but it did work. Got the run. Mendes, a duck, hasn't scored in the Test match. I don't think his place is under any questioning.
I think he's safe.
Yeah, he's safe. Chandimal, he got good 80. Oh, yeah, he did 85 in the first and got 25 in the second.
Yeah.
It just starts to collapse, really. Only 250s. Hasaranga got the other one.
Yeah, on debut, good innings from him. Overrun a ball.
Yep, good strike rate.
To go with his 4 wickets as well. Dream debut, you could say. If only
it is a dream debut. He bowled well and batted well. So can't really fault him for that. But then there was 3 ducks in a row after that for the bottom 4, 1 not out on 0, the others getting ducks. So
I think they're all sort of specialist number 11s really there. Fernando, Rajitha and Kumara.
All got. Oh, to be fair though, Rajitha, he faced 27 balls.
Yeah.
So he was just trying to hold up the other end just to try and see those.
I think he would have been in with Hasaranga, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and
trying to avoid the innings defeat.
And as soon as Hasaranga went, he was just trying to hit big Hasaranga to get quickly there, but wasn't to be. But I would say batting performance for the Sri Lanka side. This is a hard one, but I think it should go to Chandimal because of his. Unfortunately, the Silva, he didn't look like he was getting out anytime soon, and if he didn't get injured, I think Sri Lanka could have got a much bigger score. But Chandimal got 85, highest score in the first, and he only got 25 in the second, but
South Africa were bowling pretty well.
Yeah, so I think definitely he batted the best for Sri Lanka, in my opinion. Bowling wise for the Sri Lankans, there was, as you said, Hasaranga. Yeah, he got 4 wickets and batted well. So
yeah,
probably the all rounder. and he also bowled 45 overs. I mean,
Yeah,
really
that's it.
big ask for someone.
Yeah.
But I think it's a given who the best batter for the South Africans was. Obviously,
Aiden Markram, right?
No, I was thinking someone more like Van der Dussen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but honestly, 199, 276 balls. He was in for hours upon hours. It was a great innings. Can't fault it.
Yeah, he was in
back.
almost 7 hours.
Almost 7 hours. I mean, all I remember someone batting longer than that is Alistair Cook. He batted for like 12 hours in one game.
Yeah, probably.
But you can't fault it apart from that one run. Apart from that one run, really, all you'd say.
Yeah.
And
bowling wise, it was probably Sipamla, wouldn't it be? 6 wickets in the match. His first spell wasn't great, but he pulled it back.
No, but I was also thinking, because of his economy rate, Mulder, yeah. He was
also very good.
5 wickets, and he had a better economy rate by over 1 each innings.
Yeah, just his second Test match as well, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a new guy to the side as well, but very promising for South Africa. Very promising. Those debuts being put in, and
so they got Rabada next match. He's available again. So it'll be interesting to see who they replace.
Who would you replace, Shuki?
I don't know, because I'd have thought the two who you'd normally keep in your team would be Ngidi and Nortje.
Yeah. Ngidi bowled very well. He didn't do massive amounts, but he chipped in with the wickets when need be, and he kept the run rate at a good low.
Yeah.
So he was very good at that Test match.
But depending on what the pitch is like, they could even drop Maharaj and just play 5 seamers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt Fat for someone in the top order can chuck a few down if they really need a spinner, but depending on the pitch.
I think Markram can, and Elgar.
Yeah, so, I mean, if it's a very seamer-friendly wicket, then that is a good possibility, but I think it's very hard to drop either Sipamla or Mulder, because they both played so well on debut. Well, not on debut for Mulder, but on their very early on in their Test careers. They've both played very well. So it's going to be a difficult choice for them, really.
Okay, welcome to Are You Better Than the Big Bash Umpires?
Which shouldn't be very hard, to be honest. The shockers that's been going on.
I'm going to read an umpiring scenario. I haven't looked at the answers. So then me and Freddie are going to say whether we think it's out or not out.
Yes.
So the scenario is a batsman hammers an overpitched ball delivered by a fast bowler. The close infielder ducks as the ball hits his helmet and flies straight back at the face of the batsman, who instinctively swipes the ball away with his bat. The fielding side appeal on the grounds that the batsman hit the ball twice. What is your decision?
I would normally go out, but this happened in a match where the bowler, it got blocked back to him, and he's just built up to it, really angry, just chucks at the batter, and the batter just absolutely thumps it for 6. And that was just not given out, and then there was a bit of words exchange. But I do think I would normally say out, but it wasn't out in that case. But
I don't think it's out. I think because it's hit the fielder. I think to be out hit twice, you have to hit it twice without anyone else touching it between.
Yeah, especially because I'm not sure what the rule is, but it's a very odd rule. Law. The laws in cricket. There's no rules. There's laws. It's very odd. I'm not sure. What happens if it bounces or anything like that? What would you say, Shuki? Would it still be out? Oh, I know it's not out, is it? Because you can just stop the ball and give it to the keeper. So So if it bounces or if it touches another player, I don't think it's that. Yeah.
So we've said not out.
I think, yeah, let's go not out then.
And the answer is, under the new laws, you must give out.
Oh, it's the new law.
Obstructing the field.
It's the new
Having
laws.
played the ball once, the striker has no right to intercept willfully the ball, except in protecting himself.
Right. So there's a new law. Right, okay. If there was a catchable chance, then maybe, yeah.
So I guess maybe we're not as good as the
Well, hold
big
your horses there,
umpires.
Shuki. I think we should just try one more. As if everyone out there, if you think VAR is bad this season, have a look at the Big Bash. They have been awful.
Okay, the second one. A batsman advances well out of his crease and attempts to slog the slow bowler's full toss. He misses and the ball makes contact with his chest. But before the ball has fallen to the ground, he sweeps it to the boundary rope. Do the runs count?
No. Wait,
Yeah,
is it?
I don't
Is
think
it like?
so either.
Is it like a? Is it through the action? Has he like chested it and then gone for a separate swing, or is it?
Yeah, he's gone for a separate swing. So
all right, no, they don't count. They don't count. If anything, it'll be -5 runs for obstruction or penalty.
Well, you're close actually. No runs are scored.
Out.
Give the batsman out on appeal. He is allowed only one chance to hit the ball. After it came off his body, he should not have deliberately struck it. The striker is allowed to hit the ball only twice in defending his wicket, and as long as in so doing he doesn't prevent a catch. So not only is it no runs, but it can be given out.
If they appeal.
Yes.
Right.
But I don't think many teams would appeal, really.
No, but I will now in the future. I will in the future. And then I'll get the law up.
Yeah.
Get the law up there.
All right.
Although,
thank you for joining us on Are You Better Than a Big Bash Umpire?
I've actually got one for you, Shuki.
Okay.
And this law, if the ball hits you, so a throw's come in, the batsman's hit it deep cover, the ball's come in, throws it, and as you're running, it hits you. It doesn't go to the boundary, like the World Cup final.
Yeah.
And you turn to run. Is that illegal, or are you entitled to do so? But
I think you can, can't you? But no one does, because it's not very fair. You're allowed to, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, we had this discussion in a match where an umpire stated how the law says you're allowed to run, but no one will like you and you're not going to be getting any match tees.
Yeah.
And you will be frowned upon by the rest by the other side, as it's not.
So if you're playing in the Sussex League, you might as well do it, because there's no match tees anymore.
No, unfortunately. But you'll be frowned upon, but you are allowed to do that.
Yeah. I think in a village cricket game, they probably wouldn't count it, but...
No. But if it was a final of the county championship...
Yeah.
Always do it.
They'd have to count it.
They would have to count it. But thank you for that little... What would you call that, Shuki? Little...
Segment.
Little game. And if you do like the series of Are We Better Than Big Bash Umpires, do let us know. We'll continue that from next episode.
Yes. New Zealand, Pakistan. Highlights of this game. Well, I mean, the very exciting finish to the game. Pakistan came into the final day only 3 wickets down in their second innings, needing 373 to win. They came in on, I think, 71 for 3, and New Zealand were definitely on top there.
Yeah,
but they could have batted well. They could have got a draw, but I don't think anyone would have predicted what happened in the end. Only 1 wicket in the first 2 sessions for New Zealand. Azhar-Ali. Then Fawad Alam and Mohammad Rizwan.
I'm glad Fawad got a good knock there. I do like seeing him back because it's quite entertaining.
It's his first 100 since his debut, I think 11 years ago. And then Mohammad Rizwan, I think they said 4 50s in consecutive innings, 60 off 191. And then it just all went downhill.
Yeah.
New Zealand picked up 6 wickets in the final session. The final one, a brilliant one-handed caught and bowled from Mitch Santner. And New Zealand won in the end by 101 runs. I'm not sure how much time was left in the game, but they couldn't have been long.
No.
All the men were around the bat, so...
Yeah. So, Shuki, what do you want to take us day by day? Or not day by day, but innings by innings?
Yeah. So the first innings, Pakistan got off to almost a perfect start. Shaheen Shah Afridi was getting a lot of movement with the new ball. First ball of the match was edged through the slips for 4. Second ball was edged again, but this time caught by Azhar Ali. Latham was gone for 4. Then it was very slow going. Mohammad Abbas put the squeeze on from one end, and Shaheen Afridi was providing the wheels from the other. Then Blundell went for 5, and it was 13 for 2. But as is always with this New Zealand team, once you've got 2 wickets, it may well be a long time till you get another one.
Yes, Kane Williamson and handy when his team needs him.
Kane Williamson, Ross Taylor, Henry Nicholls, BJ Watling. The next 4 batsmen all scoring over 50. Kane Williamson, another 100. I mean,
23rd.
Yeah. There's not really much you can say about Kane Williamson, really, other than
he would always
he
be
should
in my
be the
dream 11.
number 1 batsman.
Yeah, he was always in my dream 11.
Then Ross Taylor got a good 70 on. He broke the record for most appearances in all formats for New Zealand in this game.
Wasn't there also another? 70. Wasn't there another record for most wicket? Who reached the 300 wicket mark?
Yeah, Southey got to 300 wickets. Only the 4th New Zealand bowler, I think, to do it.
It was only a few others had done it. Yeah,
Richard Hadley, Daniel Vettori, and I think someone else, maybe Shane Bond. And Trent Boult is close as well. So I think that shows you how strong this New Zealand side is, really.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Jamieson again with valuable runs for the tail, 32.
He's a real player, isn't he?
He really is, yeah.
He is.
Celebrated his 26th birthday with the last on the final day, which I think New Zealand time would now be yesterday, but for us it was this morning.
Yeah.
So first innings they got 431, another 400 plus score for New Zealand. Shaheen Afridi was the pick of the bowlers. He got 4 wickets. Yasir Shah was good, got 3. Mohammad Abbas was very economical, as he always is. 31 overs for just 49 runs. And that's pretty much all from the first innings.
I mean, there's a big trend here coming along where it's completely opposite to the South Africa-Sri Lanka series, and that is the run rate.
Yeah.
Completely opposite.
I think that tells you the difference in the quality of the bowling lineups, I think, probably.
I think so. And also maybe the conditions.
Yeah. New Zealand conditions are definitely...
more pro bowler.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're bowler friendly, because New Zealand always score over 400.
But more so than South Africa.
Yeah, definitely more than South Africa. But if you're going to score over 400, you have to bat time, basically.
Yeah.
And New Zealand seem to be the only team who are able to do that at the moment in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's also very good to see a test match go to the 5th day and final day.
And right to the end of the 5th.
Right to the end, because that doesn't happen very often nowadays, as it's all normally over and done within 3 days.
So then we'll go to Pakistan's first innings, which also got off to a very slow start.
Oh, that was a very good start by the openers either.
You can't really score that quickly against New Zealand's bowling attack, can you, really?
No.
And so they were 60 for 8. Sorry, 80 for 6. Not 60 for 8. 80 for 6 off of 59 overs, which I think just shows you how good the New Zealand bowlers were.
Yeah.
Jamieson got both openers. Southey got 2 of those wickets. Bolt 1 and Wagner 1. So all 4 seamers contributing, really.
Yeah.
As always seems to happen at the moment in New Zealand, it seems to be
Team
all
effort.
4 bowlers get 2 wickets and maybe 2 of them get 3.
Yeah.
Which shows you the balance that they've got between Southey, Bolt, Jamieson and Wagner.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Mohammad Rizwan, who must be a very, very good player. He's got 4 50s in a row. 71 he scored in this innings before he was run out by a brilliant throw from Santner coming in on the boundary, left-handed fizzer.
That really broke it, wasn't it?
That's what that was the trigger really for the collapse. Well, not really collapse, because you sort of expect it at the end of the innings.
Yeah.
But Fahim Ashraf, Test career best score of 91, took the attack to the New Zealand bowlers as much as was possible, which perhaps unsettled them slightly, as we saw in the West Indies series. Blackwood and Alzari Joseph had a similar sort of partnership as Rizwan and Ashraf did here.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one way you can beat New Zealand. They finished with 239, did well to avoid the follow-on there.
Yeah.
2 wickets for Southey, Bolt and Wagner, 3 for Jamieson and a run out. As I said, wickets spread evenly. Then New Zealand's second innings got off to a much better start. 111 run partnership for the first wicket. Latham 53, Blundell 64, which meant that in this match, all of the top 6 for New Zealand scored 50s.
Which is very good to see as the batting coach. That's the ideal scenario. And
it shows you how good New Zealand are, really.
Can't really fault them.
Yeah. Williamson, 21, got out trying to move the scoring rate on.
Yeah.
Nothing else really of note.
They got 185.
Yeah. Naseem Shah, I think he's 17 now, probably. He took 3 wickets. Muhammad Abbas 1, and then a run out, which was just them going for 2.
Yeah.
When there was only really 1, but they were just trying to score quickly. So that set Pakistan 373 in just over a day. Well, let's look. A day and 38 overs, sorry. So just over a day in a session.
Yeah.
And it got off to the worst possible start, really, for Pakistan. Both openers were out for ducks. It was 2 for none after 2 overs. Bolt and Southey working their magic again. Just unplayable, really, with the new ball.
Yeah, those 2 are definitely a very good opening part. Very similar to Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad.
I thought you were going to say that. Who would you say is better, though, at the moment?
Well, obviously, as an England fan, I would obviously say Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson, as Jimmy's got double the wickets.
Yeah, I said at the moment, though.
At the moment. I mean, in a few years, it will have to be Tim Southey and Trent Boult.
Yes.
Because Jimmy Anderson will probably be retired by then, unfortunately. But, I would stick with Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad for now.
Yeah. And then after that, Azhar Ali and Harris Sahil steadied the ship a bit before Harris Sahil chipped Southey to Santner at extra cover. And that was Southey's 300th wicket there.
Yeah.
A big milestone for him. I mean, shows how much of a quality bowler he is, really.
Yeah.
And then that was the end of the day. 71 for 3. New Zealand definitely favourites, and even more so when they picked up the wicket of Azhar Ali in the second over after on second over of day 5. He was out for 38. But then Fawad Alam and Mohammad Rizwan, a brilliant partnership, really. It deserved to draw them the game.
Yeah, it's just a very good
100, Mohammad Rizwan 60.
But then New Zealand came with a fight back.
They did indeed. Never stopped fighting, New Zealand.
No.
Yasir Shah out for none. Mohammad Abbas out for 1. Naseem Shah out for 1. Shaheen Afridi was 8 not out. He took an interesting approach to batting out for the draw by clearing his front leg and slogging, I think it was Southee, straight back over his head. But, it got him 4 runs. So, and Santner avoided the TFC this game by picking up 2 wickets. The last 2 wickets in the second innings, one was Plum LBW and one was that brilliant catch I mentioned earlier. One other thing of note, is that Neil Wagner was bowling in the second innings with a broken foot or broken toes. I think broken toes. Yeah, so with broken toes, he bowled 28 overs, 2 for 55.
Okay. That shows you. I think he's not recognised enough, but...
No, he's number 3 in the world rankings, and yet no one seems to talk about him when you talk about best bowlers in the world.
No, but...
He clearly is.
You've basically got one foot disabled, and he's still bowling with really good figures like that. So...
And have you seen him bowl, presumably? He's got quite an aggressive... run up and stuff, so it would take its toll on your feet as well.
And his celebrations are quite
they're so funny. If you ever play for New Zealand, which of course we are likely to,
yes, of course,
as English men who probably won't play international cricket, at least I won't, can't rule it out for you. You never want to be the first person to give Wagner a high five after he's taken a wicket.
That'll probably break your fingers.
They're the most aggressive high fives I think I've ever seen.
The keeper has to take that for the scene because he's got the gloves.
Yeah.
But can I mention something about the Pakistan bowling?
Yeah.
I was very impressed to see Shah Masood bowl 3 overs in the test match. In the first over, he had 1 maiden and went for 2 runs in the other over. And in the second innings, he had 1 over and went for 4 runs. I mean,
what a player!
He didn't perform with the bat, but he really did help Pakistan with bowling there, holding down 1 end for an over.
Yeah, match-winning performance there from him.
Yeah, unfortunately, the batting just didn't really click, but
So man of the match was Kane Williamson. Obviously, scored 129, and he's
wise. It's very hard for New Zealand to pick a bowler. I know.
Yeah, they all did equally well, really.
Yeah. What about Pakistan? I think that probably is a bit easier to pick a.
I think I'd say Shaheen Afridi was their star with the ball, and then it would be close between Rizwan and Fawad Alam for the bat. Because Rizwan performed in both innings, but Alam performed better in the second innings.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit on the fence.
Yeah, all right. I can't really blame you for that. And Jamieson. Carl Jamieson. He is. I really do hope he's got a really extended New Zealand career, as he can bat as well as he's bowling very well at the moment. He got 2 wickets in the first innings, 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and he got about 30 odd, didn't he? So he seems to be he's obviously got some. He can hit the ball far because he's quite how tall is he? Quite well built.
6'8", I think.
6'8", yeah. So he's got some leverage there. So he's exactly. I think he's someone to look out for.
Yeah, he's taken 25 wickets at 14, and he's scored 196 runs at 49.
That is something there for a bowler who bats
Yeah.
about. Where does he bat?
8.
8. Right then, now we move on to another segment for another little game. And this is Guess the Cricketer. This will be a little competition going on each week. We'll each have one. I'll have one go this week or whatever, and then Shuki will have another go next week, and then the tally will add up. You have maximum 3 clues. If you guess the cricketer on the first clue, that's 3 points. Second clue, 2 points. Third clue, 1 point. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Nice little competition.
You get one guess per clue.
One guess per clue.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shuki, are you giving clues out this week?
Yeah.
Right then.
Okay, your first clue. I'm an ex-England fast bowler turned Sky Sports pundit.
Oh, Sky Sports pundit. Is he still doing Sky Sports? Is he still doing the Sky Sports?
No, I've said all my clue. That's all you're getting, Freddie.
Okay. Was he? No, I can't ask another question, can I? It depends if he's an all-rounder or not.
You can't ask questions. Just make a guess.
Okay, I'll make a guess. Is it Ian Botham?
No.
No.
Second clue. I took 8 for 43 in the famous Headingley 1981 test in the Ashes.
I think I'm going to go for a guess here of for Bumble.
No. Final clue. This one should give it away. The county championship in 2020 was named after me.
Wait. Bumble. David Lloyd.
No.
Oh, I know. Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. That gives it away. That's Bob Willis. Yeah. That's very.
It is. That's 1 point for you, Freddie.
Great. See, I said I'll still for that.
Mm.
So next week you don't have to do much to overtake me, but I will make it very hard for you, Shuki.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to the main event.
The main event indeed, Australia versus India.
Where shall we start? Should we start with the team selection?
Team selection for Australia or both?
Well, Australia's was the same, so nothing much to talk about there. But India made 4 changes, 2 debutants. Let's get the changes. Shubman Gill in at the top of the order for Prithvi Shaw.
Definitely the right choice, that.
Yeah. And he proved why he was picked there as well. Jadeja probably in for Kohli, but then swapped in the batting order. And he also proved why he'd been picked.
Mm-hmm.
Rishabh Pant for Wriddhiman Saha, again a good decision. Not really sure why they picked Saha. If they just going to play him in one test, and then if he did badly, not play him.
Yeah.
And then Mohammad Siraj, force change for the injury of Shami, and he looked very good.
Yeah. Just going back to the point you made about there were no changes for Australia, but that in itself, I mean, obviously they won they had a very good performance in the first test, and no real reason why to change the side. But do you know anything about David Warner and his situation?
Yeah, so David Warner and Pucovski, the other opener, they're both in the squads for the 3rd and 4th test.
Right.
So they were both out for injury, and Joe Burns has been dropped after the 2nd test.
Yeah.
because he only scored 4 runs in that test.
Yeah.
But Warner wasn't available for the second test, which is why they made no changes.
So I think it's a big collapse from their victory in the first test. But
yeah. Well, I think it was Sunil Gavaskar said that it could be considered one of the greatest wins. Gavaskar said that Rahane's innings, his 100, was one of the greatest hundreds, one of the most important hundreds in the history of Indian cricket.
It was very important.
Sorry?
It was very important. It was a very important one.
And then Ravi Shastri, the Indian coach, said it's one of the great comebacks in Test history. Their response from losing the first Test so dramatically to winning the second so dramatically.
Yes, I mean, probably think of a few comebacks higher than that.
Yeah,
but it was not taken away from it. It was a very good performance from India.
India playing with, really, other than Bumrah and Ashwin, it's sort of a second string bowling lineup. Especially as Yadav was injured for the second innings, or halfway through the second innings. So yeah, he finished halfway through an over in the second innings. So they lost Yadav by then as well. So their bowling lineup for the second innings was Bumrah, Siraj, Ashwin and Jadeja. And then missing Kohli, missing Rohit Sharma, who in the past have been 2 of their best batsmen.
Yeah.
It's got to be up there as one of the best performances, certainly for a long time, from India.
Yeah. But if we go through the Australian batting lineup, because that's really where they need to improve.
Yeah.
So starting with Matthew Wade, Joe Burns, if you said, has been dropped, but Matthew Wade, now I'm not going to criticise him too much, as he's got 2 30s, I believe, and a 4th in the last 4 innings, which is a good average. But
he's not an opener.
He's not an opener. So when David Warner comes back in the side, he'll be taking Joe Burns' spot, but who will we be putting up at opening with him?
It will be interesting to see because they could keep Wade, or they could put Pukovsky into open and then swap Wade for Travis Head.
But I think Travis Head's been doing pretty well.
Yeah. But if you go on like the highlights for the games, everyone in the comments is like, drop Travis Head, put Matthew Wade down at 5. But he sort of provided their only resistance in the first innings.
Yeah, I think
along with Labuschagne.
Yeah, I think Travis Head needs to be giving a bit more credit for his innings. But it's like Matthew Wade, I think he plays like the rest of the side a lot better when he's more positive and more aggressive.
Yeah.
And
that first innings was good until, the way he got out in the first innings, I know that's how he plays and stuff, but it was not a good shot.
No.
He went down the wicket, was nowhere near the ball and still tried to slog it.
Just a bit of
it's
a
what
brain.
I would do, but...
But you're not an international Australian batsman. So, thing is that Australia, they have been going a lot. Tim Payne, you said he went last time, he played a lot more aggressively, showed different play the Indian bowling attack. And they didn't do that this test. And look what happened if they sat back and let India come at them. That's what happened. I think this is an Australian side, especially against this Indian side, who need to be more aggressive.
There is that argument, but in the first innings, Bumrah was incredible. His first spell was unplayable.
Yeah.
His second spell, he bowled a few loose deliveries which got hit, but he ended with 4 wickets. Ashwin was very good as well. So on day 1, he was spinning it round corners, getting a lot of bounce. And Siraj as well was very good.
Yeah, obviously the bowling attack was superb
Yeah.
for India, and it does. You can't really fault that. But just for Australia going forward, I think that's
Yeah.
the only way they can fix their batting, because, as you said, they can't rely on getting India out for 36 all the time. And
Well, I think the problem is at the moment with Steve Smith not going that well and their openers shaky. The problem is that they're natural stroke players who come in at the end of the innings, like Travis Head, Cam Green, Tim Payne. They sort of have to just block it out for ages because they're already in a spot of bother. So hopefully for Australia, when Warner comes in, that will change a bit, and then hopefully Steve Smith will score more than 10 runs.
Although, hopefully, as we did sort of do a good old commentator's curse on that.
Yeah, I think we jinxed him.
We did jinx him indeed, but Cameron Green, normally your number 6 is more aggressive. Cameron Green is a good batter, and he normally plays high up the order. Now, because he normally absorbs a lot, he takes a long time to get in, averages 20-30 strike rate or 40 strike rate, and then once he's in, he then goes. Do you think maybe he should swap for someone like Travis Head, so Head can be more positive when he then comes in?
It's a difficult one. But I think if Head stays at 5, they should keep Green at 6. Mm-hmm. But if say Wade was swapped down the order for Head, then I think Green should go 5 and Wade 6.
Yeah.
But Green's innings in the second innings was very good.
Yeah.
45 of 146. It's slow, but it's what Australia
needed.
It's what they needed to get them almost back in the game.
Almost, yes. But also, now Tim Payne, he was fuming.
Yes.
He was absolutely fuming, and I do not blame him because he wasn't out. I'm saying that he was not out.
Yeah, so what happened? They reviewed it. There was nothing on hotspot.
That's the thing.
But surely if there's nothing on hotspot, then it's not out.
I mean, that's a real fault by the third umpire, as there was a spike, yes, but your foot, it's not even on the carpet. You can hear it, and on that hard wicket with spikes, it makes a noise.
Yeah,
and yes, normally if there was, you normally would think, oh, that's an edge, but knowing there's nothing on hotspot, it's just you can't really give that out.
Yeah, but then, as I mentioned earlier, you go to the first innings. I know it's different, but has it sort of balanced it out with him being out for the run out, and then Rahane being given out on almost an identical decision?
I mean, Rahane's was on the line, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think if you get the freeze frame of Payne's and Rahane's, they'd almost be identical, and Rahane was given out and Payne was given not out.
It's very hard with Payne's because the run out, I mean, it's very difficult because there was a tiny bit which gave a bit of doubt that it was so close to being it was so close that you weren't actually sure if there was anything over the line or not.
Yeah.
Rahane's was in the middle of the line, so it was more clear that he was just out.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult, as I think the third umpire was looking for evidence to give it out, and if he wasn't 100% certain, he wouldn't give it out. But maybe he had that in mind when he gave Tim Payne out for the edge, but
I doubt it.
But it just, I doubt it too. But Tim Payne, rightfully, he was fuming about that decision. He knows he didn't hit it. Hotspot showed he didn't hit it, so I don't know why it was given out. But I mean, it was compared to the Big Bash, the umpire's been quite decent.
Yeah. So that's the Australian first innings pretty much covered, except from Lyon just playing Bumrah as if he's a 60-year-old bowling 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Pulled him for 6 and then 4.
I love watching that. It was a very enjoyable innings.
It was. So then let's go to India's first innings. Shubman Gill was very good. Mayank Agarwal got out for a duck.
Yeah, did really perform this test match, but...
Yeah. But that evening, the evening of the first day, Australia's bowlers were bowling very well. Both innings. Stark especially was getting loads of swing with the new ball.
He's very consistent. Consistent at the moment. So he's always going to bowl well. So you just have to, as Rahane showed, you just have, and Gill, and even Pujara. He didn't score many runs, Pujara, but he soaked up a lot of balls. 24 strike rate. You just have to try your best to combat Stark.
Yeah, so Shubman Gill on debut, 80 runs in the match, scored at probably about 75 strike rate, and he was very good to watch. His straight drives and cover drives were I could watch them all day, really. So I want to see him sticking around in the Indian team.
Oh yeah, he definitely should.
I think he probably will.
If they drop Gill, it will be a massive mistake.
With their lack of openers, yeah.
Yeah.
Then Rahane was exceptional.
Mm.
His innings, under the amount of pressure he was under, after running out Virat Kohli in the first test, as captain, after they had been bowled out for 36, to go out and just score 100. And it was a classy 100. It wasn't just any 100.
He didn't just scamper there being dropped 5 times.
Yeah, it was pretty much chanceless, I think.
Yeah.
And Jadeja, when Jadeja ran him out, he was... did you see what happened? He just gave him a tap on the shoulder and then walked.
Yeah, as he walked past. Probably said a few words to him.
He knows what it feels like to be in Jadeja's position there after running out as captain.
Yeah, I mean...
that was a nice gesture from him there.
Yeah, I don't think he was angry at him, to be fair. Just probably said, "Oh, it's all right, mate. You know, happens."
Yeah.
We'll give him a tap on the shoulder. But although I do remember that on his 200th ball, so Rahane had already faced a big chunk of his innings. There was a drop chance where I can't remember who it was, but did spin it, but it didn't prove too costly as he was out after another 4 overs. But
yeah, Australia weren't that good on the second day.
No,
their bowling really. With the new ball was good, but then with the old ball they just lost it. And Lyon, basically, the main difference of the two teams was the difference between Lyon and Ashwin, really.
Yeah.
Ashwin, I prefer Lyon, just as a person.
Gary the goat.
Ashwin was far better in this test.
Yeah.
He can spin it both ways. He's got 10 different variations or something ridiculous. And Lyon was a bit too short in general in the first innings. He ended up with 3 wickets, but got the tail out, really.
I mean, the thing is, Cameron Green, that he hasn't got his first test wicket against India. He hasn't got his first wicket in the series. But he's just not being bowled as much as he should be, I think. He's only bowled 12 overs. He did. Marnus Labuschagne, I know he's a decent bowler, but he had a bowl in the second innings and Cameron Green didn't. Yeah.
It is strange. It's as if they're picking him as sort of a batsman
who bowl
bowls rather than an all-rounder.
Yeah. I would like to see him bowl.
There's a plan somewhere in it.
Yeah. You'd hope so.
So, Australia's second innings. Wade was almost the complete opposite of his first innings.
Yeah.
Scored 40 again, a good innings, but off 137 balls. Very un-Matthew Wade. But I think that shows how good the Indian bowling was, really.
Yeah, it's very unlike him, but 29. That must be his lowest ever strike rate.
Could be, yeah.
But with the bowling attack, you can't really blame him.
Joe Burns got a good one early.
Yeah, that's unlucky for him. But
yeah. Marnus Labuschagne was okay.
Give him a bit at 24. Reviewed it, went upstairs, wasn't out. But then only 4 months later, he got caught. So again, he got a good start going, just never really converted.
Yeah.
But Steve Smith.
Well, did you see how he got out?
It was very odd. He went to
bowled
run.
Around his legs, looked at the stumps, saw that he had been bowled, and then ran.
I know, it's very odd. Maybe he didn't actually. He just saw the ball going off, so I'm not sure if he saw the stumps. And although they were shouting, India was shouting, he probably just wrote that off as just India appealing, as they do every 5 seconds.
Yeah, because I think it did hit his leg. So.
Yeah, it did hit his leg, so they were appealing at first.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was very odd.
And then Cam Green, as we've talked about, played a good innings for 45.
Yeah.
Proved why he's been picked, really.
I think he will stay in the side for the next match, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And he got out playing the pull shot again. But it's clearly a shot he feels comfortable with.
Yeah.
He just didn't quite time it, really.
No.
Pat Cummins was good support, 22 off 103.
That was a very good...
Yeah. And in fairness, Australia's tail were pretty good.
Tail.
They got them from 99 for 6 to 200. They
came back. Australia has a very strong tail.
Yeah.
Compared to most sides. I mean, they've got Hazelwood come back. Lyon, we know he can back.
Okay,
Stark can have a smash. Pat Cummins in the IPL. Or Kyle Cutter, he showed that he can hit a long ball.
Yeah. So they got them to something that they got India to bat again and need more than sort of 10 runs.
Yeah.
Siraj again was very good. 3 wickets for 37. The problem is, though, that when India have their full strength bowling lineup, I don't really see where Siraj comes into it.
No, that's the thing. They've almost got too many high quality bowlers.
Yeah.
So it'll be a tough one for the Indian selectors.
He'll stay in for this series.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Shami's out for the whole series, isn't he? It wasn't just this test.
I mean, it's definitely this test, but there's only one more after this, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
And then the final innings, India only needed 70. Australia again were very good with the new ball, but it was too late by then, really.
Yeah, too late from Australia.
Took 2 wickets. Shubman Gill again was very good, 35 of 36.
Not out.
Yeah, and Rahane hitting the winning runs. Fitting, really, that it was him who hit the winning runs.
Yeah.
He was also man of the match.
Yeah, definitely the right choice.
Yeah.
And a good game as captain coming in after Kohli.
Yeah, I think he's unbeaten as captain now in 3 games.
Yeah.
So Indian fans will be hoping he can continue that and win India the series.
Yeah.
Next game has now been confirmed that it's at the SCG.
Oh, right.
With half a crowd, which I think the SCG favours Australia more than the MCG does. So that's a plus for Australia.
Yeah, they definitely will need all the help they can get at the moment. And that's on the 6th of January.
Yeah.
A very, very exciting Boxing Day.
Yes.
All around, great game of cricket, really. And you couldn't really ask for more just before the new year.
So thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course.
Yes, do leave a like.
And comment below with your answers from the quiz questions.
Yes.
And don't cheat again, because we'll know.
Because especially if you're not a badger and you do end up getting all of them right, we will know. Yeah.
So see you all on Saturday.
Yep, see you all there. Thank you very much, Shuki.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.